All right, so it is 2:52 in the afternoon, and I just finished up a 2-mile run. It's my third run this week. I put in a 6-mile run. What is today? Today's Saturday. I put in a 6-mile run on Thursday, and put in a mile on Monday afternoon. This is my third run for the week. Like I said, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. It's about 92 degrees right now, 91, 92. The humidity is not very high, which in western Kentucky, the humidity is usually outrageous out here. I think it's like the humidity's at like 37 right now. Usually it seems like we're living at 80 plus. So when I got out here, I was like, man, this heat don't feel too bad. Usually I have the air like sticking to me, but I got out here, put in 2 miles today. I'll throw off the splits later, but something I had in mind is that volume builds potential. So I graduated high school in 2022. I practiced for cross country for a summer of probably like 2019 or so. And the coach gave me a running program, and the thing that he stressed to everybody is you've got to get your mileage up. If you're not running your miles, you're not going to progress. You've got to get the miles in. And looking back, I kind of remember, telling myself, this guy, probably knows what he's talking about. But at the same time, I was like, I want to go out there and, do something to get faster. Well, how do you get faster? You run speed workouts. And how do you have the potential for speed workouts if you can't handle the distance required of those? So if I can, I'll find the running program that I ran for, a summer straight. I think it averaged out to be 25 to 30 miles a week. I had one 8 to 10 mile long run. Usually that ended up being like 10 or 11 for me. That I had a 10-mile run once a week. Had a recovery run, I think a 5K at like 80% of race pace. And then I had 2 or 3 other workouts. And that consisted of a fartlek run, like a 4 to 5 mile fartlek run, which means every mile has to be faster than the previous one. So I'd start out at probably like a 10:30, and then the next one I'd try to shave down to like a 10-minute flat, and then it'd be like a 9 something, and then try to shave it down to like maybe a 7:45 or something by the end of the run. And I had tempo runs, which is like mile repeats for me. Do 1 mile easy, and then 1 mile real hard, another mile easy, another mile real hard. Just kind of do mile repeats like that. And so this week, when I went out for that 6-mile run, I had planned on that being a 5K. And so I was sitting here thinking, out here running. I was like, dude, I haven't ran anything over a 5K in probably 2 months now, so what's up with that? I didn't have a good reason for it, so I ended up running 6 miles. That video's on my channel 2 days ago. You can go check that out if you want. But what my coach told me during that time cross country really resonated with me on that 6-mile run Thursday afternoon. If your longest run, if you're like average maximum distance is a 4 to 5 mile run, how do you expect to put in a workout, like a meaningful workout with like mile repeats, if 4 to 5 miles is the maximum distance you can go? So for me, my maximum distance on any given day was potentially a 8 to 10 mile run. And if you can go out and you can cruise through 8 miles, well, all of a sudden, a 4 to 5 mile workout run is manageable. So, you know, that's something I've been thinking about is if you don't have the potential for distance, then, you know, trying to put in workouts within the few amount of miles you can run is pointless. I don't know, that's really the only way I know to put it. And then with even strength training, you know, you may have a good 1 rep max, but if you never take a period to back off and put in a good amount of volume, then you never have any way to taper. Like, you know, if you're only hitting sets of 3 for years on end, you know, I'm sure you're going to see some results and whatnot, but you got to build at some point. And I don't know, you know, it's like the typical route with strength training. You start out with sets of 10, taper down to sets of 8, 6, and 5, and, you know, so on and so forth. But it's the same thing with running. If you don't have the potential for, you know, distance, then you can't put in a workout within your maximum distance, if that makes any sense. Really, the only way I know to put it is if you want to hit a 3-mile workout and your maximum running distance is 4 miles, you're not going to be able to push the 3 very hard because, you know, you're already going to be at your wit's end almost. But if you can run, say, 7 miles on any given day, well, now all of a sudden you can put in a lot more meaningful speed work within those 3 miles. But anyways, that's what I got for today. I'm just kind of walking around, chilling out now. I've got a half-mile stretch straight down the blacktop. And I weed eated yesterday. Allergies are kicking me in the butt now. But that's all I've got for today. So I guess I'm gonna get back out on the road and maybe get a tan going because I'm pretty pale. So I'll catch you guys later. Here's a hack to your pull-ups. Drink water while doing them. You're adding weight. No, I'm just joking. But I thought about pushing the squats tonight. Well, at least doing like a 225 for 20. But I'm sort of considering a heavy squat workout tomorrow. So in that case, wouldn't make a whole lot of sense to do, you know, something like 225 for 20 today. After a run and whatnot. So I was like, well, what else can I do today? I can do some pull-ups is what I can do. Nick Bear posted a video over an ultra marathon. I think it's called the Speed Project, like a 300-mile ultra run. I think from like LA to Vegas. Anyways, I watched that today. Well, finished the video today. I started it yesterday. One of my favorite running videos now. But there was a guy on there, Ken Rideout, and I seen him on there, and they mentioned his name, and he was one of the runners on Nick Bear's team. Then I remembered that that Ken had done a podcast with Cameron Hanes. So after finishing that video, I went and watched the podcast with Ken on Cameron Hanes' YouTube channel. And they were talking a little bit about training. Ken is an absolute beast. I think he's like 52 now, but like the last 2 years in a row, he's ran over 4,000 miles each year. Like averages like 70 to 80 miles a week. It's a little over 10 miles a day. And then obviously, he runs more while in marathon prep. And I reckon he's pretty quick too. He was talking about training and whatnot, and he said he does pull-ups every day. He can never skip pull-ups. Said he can get up there and do like sets of like 20 or something. And this dude's not really built like a runner. He's decently built. But he can get up there and do 20 pull-ups at least. He said, he can't skip that he does that every day, and then run 10 miles a day, and I don't know, kind of motivated to go running. And then I had that on my mind, and I was like, well, I might as well do some pull-ups tonight. But that's going to be enough for, I don't have a watch. That's going to be enough for me tonight. I'm going to go inside and take a shower and probably read a little bit. Just had 3 books come in the mail, so I'm trying to read through those. I guess I'll get one more set. Got to build that volume. All right, catch you guys tomorrow.